So what we have going on right now, car is up on jack stands, bolts are sprayed with liquid wrench. We got the top hats sprayed down there, all four corners ready to rock, and she's not awake yet. We got our two jacks here for extra safety. Gonna put one on each side, make sure this thing doesn't fall on us. And again, not gonna be a complete tutorial on how to change out and put coilovers on an NB Miata. There's already way too many of those out there. That would not be fun to watch. So just gonna kind of take you guys along for the ride, show you some of the simple steps, and then mostly the finished product, what the wheels look like, how low the car is, how to adjust the coilovers that I bought, which were the FM Flying Miata Extreme or V-Maxx XXtreme Track Pack. So those are in this box right here. We'll get those out in a minute. We've got also the sway bars front and rear to put on. So this thing is gonna be stiff, it's gonna be low, it's gonna be looking good. So here we are, both shocks are assembled. We took off both of the rears. So there's the old one, KYB, AGX, and the stock springs. So here are the brand new FM springs, and what's interesting about these is there is a left and a right versus a majority of the coilovers, I believe. It doesn't really matter, but these are offset. So essentially, if you look here at the bottom of the assembly, you can see that this is offset more to the right. So this one is actually gonna be on your driver's side, so it'll set this way, and that way the offset pushes the springs, pushes the entire assembly farther back towards the rear of the car, because it sets like that. Anyways, we got these height adjusted to the specs that were in the notes, and that's about 5 inches from the center of the main bolt hole here to the top of the first threaded adjustable plate. Should fall in fairly easily, just setting it in there with one hand. Nice, nice. Sway bar is super easy on the rear, at least. Haven't gotten to the front. But for the sway bar, if you can see, it's just 2 bolts on each side, so 4 total. Here's your sway bar, here's your end link, here's where the shock tower goes in there. So the sway bar is literally just these 2 bolts here, nuts, goes across, and then 2 more nuts on the other side, and then it goes into your end link here. Here you have the stock sway bar in the rear and the new FM sway bar in the front. So you can see, stock is a lot thinner. Actually, it's hard to see in the camera, but this one is much beefier, much stronger. This one's also adjustable, so you got 3 holes versus just the single hole, so you can adjust for how stiff you want it to be. If we want to go max stiffness on here, you always got to go max stiffness. All right, get your nuts out and I'll take a video. So now that we're nice and sweaty, 14 by, I believe, 7 or maybe 6.5. Upgrading to 15 by 8. Lots of extra meat going on here. Take a peek. That's what we're looking at. That is the difference. Woo! Oh. This thing's gonna be nuts. Final wheel going on. And then we're gonna drop her down, boys. So a quick little walk around before we drop her down. This is the pre-ground effect. Look at that wheel gap right there. Not for long, no, not for long. Old poopy, new sexy. This is the janky way we have the, did the wheel just hit? Yeah, it's touching. This is how we've been jacked it up on 4 wheels. That rear end is high. That's gonna be sucky. That means we'll have to take the wheel back off and do some adjustments. They just need to be adjusted down. So this is day 2 of Project Miata, if we want to call it that. It's at the ride height, which was a little bit too high, I found out. As you can tell right here, we're sitting about maybe an inch below the wheel well. We're gonna get that low light going. We're gonna crank her down a couple notches. We gotta get this wheel gap out of here, boys. Look at this, look at that. That's actually not that bad. I don't even know if you saw that. This is bad. That right there, that is no bueno. So basically, if you move this down an inch, the ride height will move down essentially 2 inches. And then we're gonna move the back down an inch, and we're gonna see how she looks. The click to adjust the damping is right here. So on the fronts, they're saying you turn it all the way to the right, which is full stiff, and then you click it back, dial it back 2 notches. I don't know what full stiffness would feel like. Maybe we'll do that if it just to test it out. But for now, we're gonna start off with those specs. Damping is set. Lower her down, lower her down. Woo! That might be oh, buddy, now that is low.
That's too low.
Oh, I don't know. That probably is gonna rub in the front. The front's gonna need to come up. The back is money. The back is money. That might be just fine.
Oh my god.
What? You turning it? Oh man. Awfully low.
What's the verdict?
It's rubbing. I don't see any marks on the tires though.
Smells.
Smells?
Oh yeah.
Like rubbing? It burn? What do you mean it smells?
Could be the barbecue from the neighbor.
Oh, that might be.